Oh, hello everyone. Oh, such a lovely surprise, a lovely gathering. Hello, Stephen, David, lovely to have you here. Thank you so much. Eric, amazing. Alison, it's so lovely to have a lovely group of us together already. Yes, I didn't say glue, David, definitely not. On the whole, not. Unless it's really necessary, then we try to avoid. Yeah, I loved Stephen how you explained about it's that rising to the challenge, isn't it? And yeah, that's really good attitude, I think. So today actually is going to be a real treat. It's going to be two folds. Next week, I'm actually going to be on annual leave and modelling good self care myself, taking that break. We'll actually we'll be away as well, actually. So no fold next week, but after that, back to normal. And it's going to be interesting, actually. I've just been recording some films for it, teaming up with an amazing origamist who's in New York, who knew about me when he also works with patients in hospital there. And he's teamed up with the Bodleian Library here in Oxford. So it's like, how amazing. He's matched us together. And I'm going to be running some sessions as well, sharing some of the folds that he's been doing there. So it's going to be a mixture of philosophy and origami. I can't wait. So there's lots to come that's going to be interesting. Excellent. So this week is actually going to be two folds, and this very well known but very much celebrated and beautiful butterfly by Akira Yoshizawa, the grandfather of modern origami. Is it really true? He estimated 50,000 models he created. Wow, he really was astonishing. And this butterfly actually was something that arrived fluttered towards me through my work with the Oxfordshire Library, which David has very kindly in the past helped with, and has been a volunteer and encouraging people in the library to fold, people of all ages. It's been such a lovely thing, and we've continued that actually with some support from the lottery. So doing that every month online at the moment. But it was lovely to hear last week when I ran that there were people folding in the library because they were live streaming it, and then people folding at home. So it's lovely. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling on as I usually do at the start, but that's murmuration butterflies is because there's an amazing group of artists at Brookes University, who are part of the Oxford Human Rights Festival. And they're keen to celebrate that, particularly thinking actually of girls and education, much wonderful work. And they wanted to create a display for the library. So it's going to be butterflies that people have made fluttering through join learning. So if you happen to be in Oxford, you could maybe join me, fold a butterfly, and then go and donate it to the library, and it will be added to the display. Really excited as to what will emerge there. But for others who are not in Oxford, that's no problem. Fold it for yourself. I suppose you could post it to the library. Who knows? Maybe it could flutter there. But so that's one part. So this is supporting the Oxford Human Rights Festival. The second fold was the fold that I made a film for. Was released on Saturday, and this is a heart 2-in-1. I'm afraid I don't know who's designed this. I learnt it very surprisingly in Malmo, and amazing playgrounds there. And we went along. It was a festival of play, and it was for children and for families. And there were tents and all sorts of things, all sorts of playful activities. And there was this piece of origami, learning to fold the heart 2-in-1. And I loved how the artist was explaining how you can include a little string, I suppose heartstrings, so you can sort of include that and hold and hang it up, which I think is such a nice decoration. Yeah, if anybody does know who's designed it, it'd be lovely to know. But I'm afraid this is just passed on through that care. I love how you can see it's two hearts. It's just a really nice, tidy structure as well. It's really nice for cards. I've made with nice origami cards, things like wedding card for people as well. So it's a lovely one. Oh, is it, Eric? Oh, I'm sorry that am I coming in and out? I hope I'm mostly with you. I can't quite tell. I hope so. Fingers crossed. So we're going to do twofold. Maybe we'll start with the butterfly. And then, hello, Jess. So lovely to have you. And Manny, Laura, Penny. Fantastic. Hope it's mostly okay. So yeah, we'll start with the butterfly and then we'll go on to the heart. Now for the heart, it needs slightly different dimensions. I'm afraid it's not a square, hence saying maybe a ruler and pencil and scissors as well. So we're going to cut off a little strip from our square, that's all. Yeah, it's a bit stormy here as well. Thank goodness for a little bit of origami to warm our cockles. Right, it's 5 minutes past. I reckon we should get going. So grab yourself a piece of paper. I would also recommend, if you can, if you've got any pens, just decorate. I love doing that because when you fold it up, it just changes. So you can create your own. If you haven't got a special paper, make it special with your own unique marks. There we go. So I'm going to grab something to press on. If you have origami paper, obviously you're welcome to use that. But otherwise, I'm going to show you with A4. And I just like the thought that we're going to make two lovely things out of just one piece of paper. So, piece of paper. Oh, good morning, Barbara. Hope you're keeping well. That's a great way. Melvin, fantastic. Thank you for coming along. Just to let you know, this is the last fold for me just this month. So next week I will be away taking a break, but otherwise back to normal. So just next week. Folding in half. But it's funny, I just make my own paper now all the time, really. Folding it in half. Good strong fold. I could do a little nick. So we'll make Kira Yoshizawa's beautiful butterfly first of all. And if you happen to be in Oxford or passing through, or here, go and bring it to the library. Give it to the librarian. Oh, hello as well, Junid. Yeah, I guess you're not in Oxford, are you? In India. So I'm going to take this corner and fold it down, just making a square. I hope you're keeping well, Junid, and folding lots, no doubt. Removing that rectangle. If you at all do origami, you're very, very likely to know this butterfly. And maybe it was David. I think David, you were explaining, which I really liked, how you're such a genius of taking something which there is a traditional butterfly, which is actually a lot more complicated. And this is simpler, but it's so elegant and it's got a lovely kind of curve to it. It really is beautiful. So he really did things quite differently. So I've got a piece of paper. I've done a diagonal fold. So if you've got normal paper, origami paper, then maybe giving it that diagonal line. I am just going to briefly turn it over and just add a few patterns. If you have any felt tips or pens, running out, but I've learned to love running out felt tips. They have their own quality too. But anything will do for a pattern. Quite liberating in its own way too. And you'll end up seeing how it changes. I think it needs some green. Just does. That's it. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the display that's going to be put together. So just going back to the plain side, we've got one diagonal line. If you can do the other diagonal line as well. Cornelia, fantastic. Hello, we're going live there. Wonderful. So Cornelia, I decorated one side of my piece of paper. I turned it over. We've done a diagonal line. I'm going to do now the other diagonal line. Fantastic. I hope your folding in the library has been going well. It's a lovely thought. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it over. I bet you're all experts in the library now with folding butterflies. And we're going to fold it in half. Excellent. So Cornelia works in the library in Oxford. That's it. And I'm going to now put my finger underneath the middle and push it up, and it pops. And now I want you to push in the sides, and it will then fold up. Excellent, that's fantastic. Great. Of course, we can't see this way, whereas Zoom we can see, but it's really lovely to think of your folding there. Hello. You might need for the second fold, ideally, a ruler and scissors, but we'll see. Sorry, most folds usually just use squares. The butterfly does, but we'll be doing something else as well if you have time. So we're going to take bottom corner and bring it up to the top like so. And Cornelia, you could always put on the YouTube video that I've made of a butterfly in the past. If you look through all the videos I've made, you'll find the butterfly. It's down a little bit. I think June 2020. That seems a long time ago now. That corner up to the top. So you could always play that afterwards and people can fold more butterflies because we'll be folding a heart after that. That's great. Oh, big waves to the library. Great. So next we're going to turn it around. There we go. And I would recommend turning it the other way up because we're thinking of the butterfly. It needs those wings sticking out, doesn't it? Great. So I hope it's looking like that for you. I'm going to take that bottom corner and I'm going to lift it all the way up to the top. Can you see? I'm going to lift it all the way up to the top. And I want it to lift up beyond this edge. So I'm going to lift this up. Fold this up. That's it. Like so. Now it sort of curves the paper. It's rather nice. Maybe you can just gently. Oh, yes, I don't blame you. So Barbara's in Santa Barbara. And it's 6 a.m. I'm so keen to be here. How amazing. The people folding across the world. And Junit's in India, who's joining us. Again, folding that in the sides. It's quite nice how it sort of gets a little bit shapely there. Well, I'm sure there's many ways of doing this, but that's how I've ended up doing it. I rather like those sort of lovely folding in marks. Oh, welcome, Deborah. No problem at all. We're just making a butterfly first of all for the display in the library, Oxfordshire Library. And then we'll be making something else as well. So it's 2 folds in one today. So we're going to take that top bit sticking up and just folding it back. And that's just to keep everything nice and tidy together. There we go. So it's up there and I just folded it over. We're almost there. Hope you're almost there. So next we're going to take the middle and we're just going to fold it back. As you've got it there, folding it back along the middle, you'll find the head sort of folds in half. Can you see? Folding in half. And I guess I've also turned it sort of sideways because I'm thinking of the butterfly. Butterflies in my head. And I'm going to hold the body there. And I'm just going to hold the body there and then slightly bring down the wing. It feels like it's alive, doesn't it? And maybe the same with the other side. There we go. And this beautiful shapely sculptural butterfly from Akira Yoshizawa. And I hope you've managed to make one in the library or at home. And you can see how I just did very quick scribbles, but it ends up looking a lot nicer when it's folded up. So you can get some really interesting effects. I really recommend you having a go at decorating and seeing how it changes. So that's the first fold, and I hope the display goes well. We're going to do something else secondly as well, because each week I share a fold and then we do the live fold on the Wednesdays. As mentioned, I'm afraid I'm not here next week, just a one-off because it's my annual leave, but I will be back. Oh, it is a beautiful model. I'll be back again the week after that. So, and lots to do there, to do with a different library, the Bodleian Library in Oxford as well. So to do with an exhibition on a philosopher. So it's all happening, isn't it? It's good. Really lovely to link together different worlds. So here we go. I'm going to share this one. 2 hearts in one. It's a lovely decoration. And you can put in some string in there as well. And I haven't, no glue, just hanging it in there. Oh, you're welcome. And you can then hang that up. So to do this, it's not quite a square, I'm afraid. That's the only thing with this one. But I will show you how to do that. Great. So if you can get some rulers, scissors, pencil, I know. It's worth it though. Right. So half a piece of A4, my other half here. I am first of all just going to make a square. So this is your normal size of origami paper. So if you've got some origami paper, it's going to be this, probably 15 by 15, not always, but often. And we're going to get rid of this edge, turning it over, picking up the edge and bringing it back, I've ended up loving this as part of my ritual anyway. Good strong fold. And then I love that you don't need any special paper. Always there. There we go. So I have got hopefully a 15 by 15 centimetre square. Now we need to remove a bit. So we're going to want a piece which is 15 by 11.6. So I'm going to take a ruler and measure out 11.6. And as I said, I learnt this in a park in Malmo. It was so lovely. Treasuring these happy memories. Let's hope we can, I suppose we can get back to travel, but things are just more complicated, aren't they? So 11.6. So that was 11.6. And that'll be 15. And I'm going to remove that strip. There we go. Hope you've got your scissors and ruler. This is all recorded as well, so you can always go back to these things. And I've already made a film for this one. There we go. How are you doing, everyone? Are you at this step? Or maybe have a little bit of coffee while I'm just seeing how you're doing. Are you ready to get folding? What do you reckon? Can't hear you. Maybe I can imagine. I don't know. I'm assuming it takes a little bit more effort to go and find yourself ruler, scissors, pencil. This is why it's so nice too. Oh, good, David. This is why it's nice to mostly just use a square, isn't it? Or a rectangle, much easier. Lovely. Oh, sorry to hear that, Eric. I hope you'll have a good finger day tomorrow. Enjoy just watching. I'm sure you'll make some lovely hearts from this one. So our first step will be like a cross at one end. So we've already, just because I've made my paper this way, I've already got one side of my cross. So I've got one diagonal line here, and I'm going to use the other one here. Great. So lining that up as well. Easier on a board. Occasionally I'll try and do it into camera. It depends. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, David. That sounds all right to me. I don't think it has to be that exact. Excellent. There we go. Excellent. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Eric. So we've folded both. Yeah, both diagonals. Actually, this reminds me, we're going to turn it over. I'm going to do a quick bit of decoration. So if you have pens, maybe you can give it a quick little decoration. It's up to you. We're running out pens for me. Anyway, it's subtle. Very subtle heart. Why not? Well, at least you can see which side should be the coloured side, because I'm terrible at showing that one. Oh, ooh, that sounds good, Jess. Hot cross buns. So our next move, you know, you can always go back to videos as well. That's a great thing. Yeah, good idea, Laura. Money, yeah. So I'm going to fold it in the middle of that square. So I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to match it down to that corner at the bottom, like so. That's it. So up there, and I brought it down so that corner will match that one, like so. I guess sounds a very reasonable idea if you haven't got that ruler. And right, so I'm opening this up, and I recommend you now pop your finger underneath the middle and push, pop. Do you see? It went from being curving upwards to pop. That's it. Oh, never mind, Stephen. Just give it a go. You can always go back to the video. I know this is why I generally go ruler, scissors. I prefer a square as well, and I'm just pushing in the sides, but it is really nice. So pushing in the sides. Actually, maybe let's turn it over. We can see what we're doing a bit more then. Pushing in the sides, and it will fold down like so. That's it. So it looks like a little house. That's where love should be, isn't it? So next we're going to take that bottom corner and bring it up to the top. There we go. The bottom corner up to the top. Same with the other corner. Bottom up to the top. Like so. Great. Oh, these dimensions, hey. I know, square's easier. Anyway, we can be flexible. This is what origami is meant to be about. We can live outside the square. Yes, I know. So next step is to take that side and we're going to fold it up rather neatly into that little line there. So we take the side, not tearing off the bottom, no. That's right, Barbara. So impressed, Barbara, that you start the day 6 o'clock to come and do some origami. That's so cool. Are your days different when you do origami with us here today? Well, I'm sure you can feel quite chuffed that you managed to do it. I'd feel a big sense of achievement. There we go. So lovely to hear that you've been folding with your class as well. It's really good. Okay, so I've got a piece of paper as it is. And we're going to take this bottom edge and fold it to the bottom of that square. So just folding it up to the bottom of that square, like so. Oh, that's nice. It's peaceful, isn't it? So we're going to now turn it to the back. Are you with me? Ah, exactly. Yeah, better for the US. Turning it to the back. And we're going to take the top and we're going to bring it down. So taking that top and bringing it down. It's looking a bit like an envelope with ears. So it's the top and bringing it down, squashing it down. Like so. Envelope with ears. Great, you all with me there? I hope so. Once you got over the proportions thing. Not too many steps now. So actually this is a place where you could put your string in to hang it. So it would nicely tuck in there. Yeah, like the envelope. Great. So I've got bottom corner and I want you to fold it up from that middle. Can you see that bottom corner? And I'm folding up to that middle line like so. There we go. And can you see there's a little pocket there? So you should be able to curve that round and tuck that in. Like so. There we go. That's going to hold it together a bit. Wow, I did that into the camera. Bottom corner, and again, bringing it up so it lines up. I think it's a different art form in itself, folding into a camera, but I definitely came unraveled when it came to something like a throwball star into the camera. My head just hurts. It's a way to bring on a big migraine, I'd suggest. Yes. Great. And again, another nice little pocket in there. Should be able to do it. I might need to look at some point. That's right. Get your finger in there and you should be able to curve that round. I think I need to do this while looking. It was worth a go. So you just each time curving it round and you can pop that in and do that on both. There we go. So it's all nice and tucked in. We're almost there actually. So you could have tucked in some string under there. Rather like the idea it could be worn. So our next step now, hope you're keeping up, is you're going to take the sort of ear and just fold it back. You see, it just nicely goes into that area, like so. Ah, sorry, no, slight change there. This needs to overhang that diagonal line. And the reason being, because you can then tuck it underneath, like so. Hope you got that. So it was the kind of ear, brought it down at that sort of an angle, and then tuck it underneath that overhang there. And obviously the other side you want to do it so it's matching sort of an angle as best you can. There we go. Same thing. I don't know, you could probably tuck it into the pocket or just underneath it. It's up to you. But you can definitely tuck it under there. And hopefully, if you turn it round, you've got a really neat 2 hearts in one. I have seen quite a few films for this, so it's obviously something that's been passed on, I don't know where from originally. You might soften those corners. It is beautiful, isn't it? There we go. Do you know the origin, David, for this? You're all much better than me, because I tend to learn from online, which I guess I just struggle with diagrams. There we go. But quite often I have to slow down videos, I have to say. Excellent. Oh, as it works. That's great, Barbara. No, you don't know. Never mind. It's nice, isn't it? Lovely little heart in one. And it looks really nice when you've got different kind of colours, nice effects. Nice for colour paper. And it's nice to hang up, I think. Excellent. I'm glad it worked out for everybody. After all that, oh, I forgot the right proportions. It's worked out. Hurrah. So I hope we managed to make a heart and a butterfly. So I will be sharing a film on Saturday. It's a very simple, beautiful little fold, which my colleague Zulai has shared with me. Again, don't know the origins. It's a nice, simple little one, tiny triangle, and it makes a very nice little bookmark, little heart bookmark, which is very sweet. So that's something you can still do. I know we won't be online live then, but you can still look at that and do that then if you want to do that. It is very satisfying, isn't it, Penny? It just feels very neat. It's got a nice kind of roundness to it, almost like the heart. Oh, you're very welcome, Alison. Thank you. Yeah, it's important to take breaks as best we can. And then the week after that, wow, we're going to be doing lots of quite exciting things to tie in with an exhibition on John Locke, a philosopher whose amazing work is being celebrated at the Bodleian in Oxford. And oh, you're very welcome, Cornelia. I'm sorry that was the heart was a fold, which was a little bit more fiddly because it wasn't a square. But I hope you still managed to have some fun there. And you can always, Cornelia, put on the video folding the butterfly, and that's maybe something that you can do. So look down, I think June 2020. Honestly, I'm getting confused now with years because they really do merge at the moment still. So we'll be doing actually week after next, we'll be doing 2 folds together for the next couple of weeks then. And it will be to link in with a live event in the Western Library as well. It's all libraries, love it. Paper, learning, many different ways. So wishing you all a good couple of weeks this time. And oh, glad it was new. It's a really nice one, isn't it? 2 hearts in one. Very cozy and lovely. I hope it brings you joy. Wishing you a good rest of your day, a good couple of weeks. Make sure you can take breaks when you can as well. And keep looking after your well-being. Do whatever nurtures you and look after yourself. And then you'll be better able to help look after others as well. Excellent. Oh, glad you enjoyed that, David. It's a nice one, isn't it? I think there are lots of beautiful heart pieces out there. I was doing lots around Valentine's Day, of course. So one more heart next week. And then we'll see where we go. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It's lovely to have had such a big group of us all and thinking of people in the library too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.